generation San Francisco and a first generation poet and a very public work in progress.
Yeah, what's your name?
Owen Dunkel.
Uncle Dunkel.
Owen Dunkel?
Okay.
So before I start, I want to share an experience that was very much like the hippie energy in the summer of love when I heard Janice and Grace sing in the park. I went out on a 4-day run, hired out as a cook and a deckhand on one of those little fishing boats, the little wooden ones behind Alioto's, the old Italian boats, a 1930 wooden boat with a one-man operation commercial fisherman. I met him the night before in front of the Hungry Eye strip joint, and in blind faith on both sides, we jumped in and he hired me as a cook and a deckhand. And it's one of the best days and the best events of my life. I cannot find words large enough to explain the experience. It was beyond spiritual, it was beyond sacred, it was beyond the best meditation moment, it was beyond him flashing peace signs when I liked my work. It was so stunning that when I came back, I cried, openly wept on the bus this evening for 2 days. So deep was the loss, I had to get acupuncture for it. So every moment was in the moment. Every moment was beautiful, no matter how gorgeous or difficult or ugly. There was no ugly. Those days found me on the ocean, and the grief is so huge that it's like you've bombed my church, you've murdered my children, my soulmate is dead, and all of that combined is not as deep as the losses coming back on shore. So that was better than any psychedelic high. There's very few things in my life that was better than that opportunity, and I got paid for it. Not well, but I got paid for it. And on the best day out there, I was thinking 100,000 poets for change, and I offered up a prayer saying, may everyone know this moment of contentment, which is so hard to come by, and may poets never have a loss of words. So, onward. The regular folks who I run with have heard this piece before, but I wrote it in this room with the Free University of San Francisco. Bobby Coleman is trying to get me to write first person. So here's a piece that reminded me of the 60s. When the Condor went topless, there was 28,000 cars a day that were looky-loos, trying to get a bit of the vibes and trying to see what was happening, even though you had to pay to see it inside. I don't know what that, and I was in my father's car. I was young. I was in my father's car, and the buzz was incredible. So I'm hoping that this gives you a little bit of a picture. Mark knows this. Hungry for Coffee with Myself. It's from comes from a quote on the wall here by Jack Kerouac, live the life you love. Trust me, I'm doing that these days. Hunger here in North Beach. Feels like summer's dream tonight, no breeze to caress me. Tonight echoes miles in a so what velvet purr and hum of strip club grit, crimson kind of blue, loud hustle and fetish shoes, collusions naughty and edgy, collisions unrelenting, Columbus-bound cars and the Coltrane staccato under a Carol Doda red light running. I once had legs like that dancer in that doorway over there. A cigarette makes her look younger, like maybe a prom queen. No stockings, platform shoes, legs to heaven, the men pay to see. Posturing self-importance, making idle chatter with a slick barker at the door at the men's club, where I am not invited. Here in North Beach, I hope to find my place at the sidewalk table with my poetry. While I sit and sigh, some nice someone will sit at the table next to me and say, hey babe, want coffee? Come, And we play go, 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 praying he will not turn me into his mommy nurse listening to his problems, waiting in suspense until his hand reaches under the table for my thigh, maybe a little squeeze, until imaginings of blue and green dance beginnings in my head. I hunger for a good Italian sauce, tortellini and a little prosciutto with capers and a bit of cream, or a chicken puttanesca. Better yet, a veal piccata to finesse me, transporting me to candlelight, glass of Prosecco, china, white linen, good wine. Or a few drinks, maybe a little vino with the cool boys and a groove of kitchen table gravitas till dawn. I want to return to my youth in a pure, urgent voice, poke holes in the rules, learn to dance like wind chases the sun, never saying die. Create my own fierce history, not of a North Beach conspiracy, like boys on the walls. I am creating a life I can fall in love with. Learning to write at the Beat Museum, running with the poets, chasing open mics, creating small beauties just for the adventure. I am starved for this life. Still, I hunger. Hungry for coffee with myself. The writer's zone washes over my body, trying to capture the zeitgeist, record the insights, pick up the vibes of the city. See the ink staining my hands? My heart forgets to beat. I have fallen into poetry, and I am drowning. In my head, I hear conciertos of Chet Baker. His Bye-Bye Blackbird carried on the gentle wind. Seems about that time. Off to the next adventure. Bye-bye.
Hey, Justice.
We got time for maybe
One more?
Just
Yeah.
We'll do that.
quick
Okay.
round and maybe more later.
Yes. I gave away the final draft of this 2 nights ago. I blew it. So this is something close. I'm known for my erotica because that's how I teach myself to write. You know immediately when it doesn't hang in the room right. So this one's called Morning Song. Have a seat, really. Dawn caught us this morning in rumpled sheets, thighs and calves this way and that, still cradled in each other's flesh, illuminating our nakedness. We lay quiet just like our shoes left in a jumble at the door, right next to the spot where we slowly undressed each other the night before. Dawn found me luxuriating in a dreamy, soft focus. I can feel the desire in this room. The contentment in the air still hangs and unease, filled with possibilities. I imagine you with sleepy eyelids slowly stir and barely peeking through your lashes, lean over me to kiss my eyes, and still finding me beautiful. I pray for your half-waking mouth to lick the salt from my lips, fill me with kisses sweeter and deeper than last night's passion. Meeting my mouth with the ache of your heat, finding the taste of me still lingers on your tongue. Laced with encouraging words from under your breath, wrapping your arms around me tighter, drawing me closer. Your fingertips of confidence, so slow and so very sure. You nuzzle my neck, tango kisses down my back in a flawless dance. Turning to you, urging out of me the words, the prayers, the songs in an octave lower, softer. Yes, I'm still here, right here. Dawn discovered this morning as I lean into your gentleness, how your legs lash me, trembling to the bed. My thighs, the way they wrap around us, pulling us together. Your warm hands, eager for my familiar curves. I bend, twist, and turn to your wings. Your kisses garland me with stars, your morning eyes, gentle, full of first light, reveal all the wonders of what real life should be. With such an aching sweetness and such desire and longing, we grow more tender with each kiss. Dawn caught us in the morning, moving in grace with no judgments, no promise needed, with all the confidence in the world settling in, the warm glow, savoring each moment in a morning like no other. I bloom again, drifting to a new destination of you. That is inspired by Lenore Candell.
Yeah!
Since we are here today, when we're on a break, check out Lenore Candell when Ginsburg was arrested and when Bruce was arrested.